Hey guys, it's Rehan here and welcome to another video. So you guys have bombarded me with questions regarding admission into KPC in the management quota. So I thought I'll make a detailed separate video on that itself. So in this video basically I'll cover the detailed thing about management quota, like the cutoff, the mainly the admission procedure, the fees structure, like how much fees needs to be paid in what installments and everything. And then I'll talk a bit about the state and the NRI quota too, but not in detail. And then I'll end it by talking about the advantages and disadvantages, that is the pros and cons of KPC. Okay, so let's start the video. And one thing I want to tell you guys is that I'm really happy that you guys are asking me all these questions, and I'm able to help you out guys with these. So now let's get on with the video. So the things that I'll be talking about today, this is a fees structure notice that I got on the official website of KPC. I've summarized that over here, and these are the things that I mainly cover today. So first, talking about the cutoff. So cutoff, as I mentioned in my previous video too, the last year the cutoff for management quota was around 500. So if we take but last year the paper was difficult. So if we take a range 480 to 520, that will be the range for the cutoff. Now secondly, coming to the admission procedure. So after your NEET results are out, you need to apply. KPC does not take in through the All India, the NEET Central Counseling. Okay, it takes in through the State Counseling website portal. Okay, so after your NEET results are out, you need to apply on wbmcc.nic.in. That is the counseling website for the state of West Bengal. And from there, if you are a student out of West Bengal, then you will be applicable to apply only for the private medical colleges over here. And if you are a student from the state of West Bengal, then you will be able to apply for both private and the government medical colleges. So from there you need to choose KPC, and then if you are allotted KPC, then you need to physically be present here and take admission over here. And like the rule goes, like if you apply for an upgradation in your counseling rounds, okay, if you get a college in the first round and you have applied for an upgradation, so you have to take admission into the college that you got in the first round in order to be eligible for upgradation or anything. Okay, and another thing I want to clarify out is that both for central and state counseling, is that suppose if you get an upgraded college, okay, in the second round, so you have to take an admission in that upgraded college and leave your seat at the first college. Okay, that is the rule for both state and the central counseling. So now coming to the thing about KPC. So after you got your admission, then you come to KPC, and these are the fees that needs to be paid. So for management quota, this is a notice that I found on the official website of KPC. This is for the batch of 1920, you will see it's mentioned there. And for you guys, the fees will increase a little amount, by a little amount. So but still it will be in the range of that 40 lakhs only. So the entire fees, so now wait. So the entire fees for management quota, see over here, the point 2 subpart 2 for management quota, entire tuition fees is about 40 lakh 50,000. So this is your entire tuition fees for 4.5 years of staying in KPC. Okay, now the division of this fees. Okay, and here in point number 1, see the last line, that this structure will be received by KPC MCH, which may be after complete that is, they're saying that there will be a revision of this schedule. So the fees will increase by some amount. Okay, not too much, but by some amount. Now coming to the division of that 40 lakhs. Okay, so first, see over here, there are see the second last row over here, management quota seats. So in total KPC has 150 seats. Out of those, 50 are for the state quota, 77 are for the management quota, and 23, as you can see here, are for the NRI quota. Okay, now coming to the division of these fees, so see, the first column here is the admission fees. Okay, so admissions fees for all the quotas, that is state, NRI and management, is 50,000. That is same for all. And let me mention here that this is the fees, the admission fees is the fees which is not refundable. Okay, so this fees won't be refunded. Now coming to the second column here, that is the caution deposit rupees. So caution deposit rupees is also 25,000 for all the quotas. Okay, this is refundable. I'll come to the refundable and non-refundable part, but first see the division of the fees. So okay, so admission fees for management quota is 50,000, caution deposit or security deposit is 25,000. You will get this 25,000 back at the end of your internship after the completion of your course. Okay, next column we come is tuition fees per semester. This you don't need to see because this is for only the state quota people. This is not for the management quota. Now coming to the total fees which needs to be paid on admission. So the total fees that you are paying on admission is approximately half of your tuition fees, and along with that the first two columns over here, that is the admission fees and the caution deposit. So total fees that needs to be paid on admission for management quota is, you can see here, it's 20,75,000. okay, so that is the total fees that you need to pay on admission. Okay, now next column that we come and the total so that is approximately half of the total tuition fees that you have to pay in the entire course. Okay, so see here, the total fees is around 40 lakhs and you are paying 20 lakhs approximately during the time of admission. Okay, now next column that we come to here is the fees that is to be refunded on upgradation. That is, if you suppose if you get an upgradation in your second round of the third round of your counseling, so you have to leave your this KPC and go to that college according to the rules. Okay, so if you have to leave KPC, then the amount of fees that you will be refunded is, see, 20 lakh 25,000, and see, there is a difference of 50,000 from the previous column. That is the total fees which you were paying on admission, that is 20 lakh 75,000, and the fees which gets refunded is 20 lakh 25,000. So there's a difference of 50,000. This 50,000 amount is the first column amount, that is the admission fees, which I told you is not refundable. Even if you get an upgradation, this fees is not refundable. So 50,000 is not refundable, but the rest of the amount, if you get an upgradation, is entirely refundable. And the last column is bond amount for discontinuation. This means that if you leave the course and if you leave the course in between and go, so if you leave the course, then you have to pay around 20 lakh 50,000. That is, you already paid around 20 lakhs and you have to pay another 20 lakhs. So this is one of the points that is mentioned in the bond, that if you leave KPC in between, then you have to pay the entire course fee before leaving. Okay, so now that being said, now let's come how these division of fees needs to be paid, like during what time and how. So see point number 3 over here. The first part, the admission fees of 50,000, it is to be paid in the form of demand draft as admission fees, which is non-refundable. Okay, for all quota, that is management quota also. Now let's come to point number 3, subpart 3, for management quota. So along with 50,000 as demand draft, what else do we need to pay during admission is one account pay check of 25,000, which is the caution money or the security deposit, and one account pay demand draft of 20 lakh. So during admission, these three things that you have to these are the three things that a management quota seat holder needs to pay: a demand draft of 50,000 for admission fees, account pay check for 25,000 as security deposit, and one account pay demand draft of 20,000. And see 3 subpart 5 over here, in case of upgradation, the payment received against point number 3 part 2 and part 3 will be refunded. That is, your caution money and your account pay demand draft for 20 lakh, this amount will be refunded, but the initial 50,000 for admission fees, that won't be refunded. Now coming to point number 4, see here, the balance amount of tuition fee needs to be paid at the time of admission. That is the rest of the tuition fee. Out of 40 lakhs, you already paid about approximately 20 lakhs. The balance amount needs to be paid at the time of admission by account pay post dated check. Okay, so it's a post dated check in favor of the college in place of bank guarantee. So you give a post dated check of that amount during admission. Now the thing is that ideally it should be paid within 1 year, but if you have any problem, you can approach the college authorities, and then you can if they are allowing, you can delay your installments and stuff like that. Okay, that is for the rest of the payment. And last is the bonds to be provided as per the guideline of the competent authority. And the two major things which the bonds include is that one is if you leave your course in between, that I already mentioned. If you leave your course in between, you have to pay the entire amount before leaving. And second thing is that the internship stipend, it says that whatever internship stipend you are given, you will accept it. Okay, so in our college, the internship stipend that is being given is 7,500 rupees per month, and that is the internship stipend you have to accept. And apart from this is the entire college fees part. Okay, now coming to the other like this includes mainly of studying part. Okay, now apart from these, other fees that needs to be mentioned is the, if you are opting, firstly hostel is not compulsory for everyone. If you are opting for hostel, then the fees is 3,000 per month, and it is given semester wise. Semester means a total of 6 months, so it is given in the form of 18,000 rupees. Okay, that is the hostel fee, that is the accommodation fee. Along with that, if you the eating, the food cost, if you want to eat in the mess, you can eat in the hostel mess, or you can order from outside, or you can eat outside, you can eat at the canteen, depends on wherever you want to eat. But approximately the hostel mess, they charge you per meal. Okay, they don't have a fixed amount, they will charge you per meal. Whichever meal you have, they'll charge you accordingly. Approximately, I'll give you an idea, breakfast comes for around 20 rupees, lunch is for 50 rupees, and dinner is for another 50 rupees. So that includes the hostel part. And now I made a simple flow chart for this fee structure here. So approximately you are giving 40 lakhs initially. Okay, and that is divided into two parts. One is during admission, one is later. So during admission, what you give is your admission fees for 50,000, which is not refundable. Along with that, caution money or security deposit 25,000, and tuition fees, half of your entire tuition fee, approximately 20 lakhs. These two are refundable, but the admission fees is not refundable. And along with that, the remaining tuition fees as a post dated check, or if the college authority allows, in later installments. Later, that 20 lakhs needs to be paid. So that covers mainly your fees part for the management quota. So and now roughly I'll say about the state quota and the NRI quota. So the state quota, entire fees for state quota is 9,90,000, but this need not be paid at once. The state quota fees division is 50,000 during admission, 50,000 during admission, 25,000 security deposit. Now tuition fees per semester, the state quota fees is paid semester wise, and each semester is like 6 monthly, right? Okay, so after each 6 month, for each 6 month you need to pay 1,10,000. And same is the thing, bond amount for discontinuation, if you discontinue, you have to pay the entire amount. And for admission fees for NRI quota, the entire fees is around 150 lakhs, and that division is over here: 50,000 admission, 25,000 security deposit, 50 lakhs during admission, and the rest later. And for NRI seats, you need to approach the college authorities directly. And now that was mainly about covering the fees and all. Now coming to one last thing is the pros and cons of KPC. So KPC is like a like most of you guys had a doubt, like KPC is a private institution, will we have patient exposure and stuff like that. So let me tell you one thing is that I'll cover both pros and cons of KPC over here. So the thing is that KPC is a private institution, but it is a like government subsidized place for treatment. Okay, so when patients come, it is not like a corporate hospital that will charge you 500 or 1,000 per consultation. Okay, and many people have this notion that since it's a private place, patients won't come in for treatment. No, but KPC is a government subsidized place, right? So people come here. The OPD tickets here are for 50 rupees. So 50 rupees is the consultation fees, and even if you get admitted, even the indoor charges are government subsidized. There are many health schemes and all to subsidize the treatment. So more or less, KPC has a moderate amount of patient load, and you will like compared to a government college. Yeah, in government college there is a lot of huge low patient load, but compared to that there is less patient load over here, but it's not nil. Okay, KPC has a fair share of patient load. So from that point, if you want, like if you are eager to study, you'll do fair, you will do good enough with this patient load also. And another thing is that like if you see, like in Calcutta, the people who are living in Calcutta or West Bengal will understand this thing, that each medical college, it's a tertiary healthcare center, so that's the top healthcare provider out there. So each medical college has a area under which from where the majority of its patients come. For example, Arjikar Medical College is located in North Calcutta, so most of North Kolkata people go there. Similarly, if you talk about Calcutta National Medical College, it covers most majority of the patients from Park Circus and these area go to there, Picnic Garden and all. So KPC likewise is the medical college in the south, and one thing is that KPC is the only medical college in South Calcutta. So KPC covers a huge area. So you'll get patients from Jadavpur, you'll get patients from Shonarpur, you'll get patients from Baraipur. So from that point, like KPC covers a huge area. So you have patients from rural areas and stuff like that. So the amount of patient exposure will be enough. And since KPC is a new college, right? So like the when we came in first year, KPC, we are the 10th batch of KPC. So when we came in first year, the amount of patient load was less. But now when we are in fourth year, we've seen the number of patients are increasing. So with each passing year, the number of patients increase. So yeah, for MBBS level, the amount of patient load in KPC is adequate. And one thing like I'll say is that for it's good to have a moderate patient pressure, because then during clinics and OPDs, the professors are able to teach you well. Like you get adequate time to see a case, you get adequate time to learn a case in detail. But what happens in a government college is, because of the rush, the number of patients are too much. Yeah, the number of cases that you see is way more, but you are not able to understand or study each case in detail because it's a rush over there. So from that point, KPC is good. One big downfall for KPC is that its fees structure. Academically, KPC is at par with, I'll say it's more or less at par with all the other colleges, if not good. So being a private college, one advantage is that the academics and discipline is taken very seriously over here. There is no political involvement and all. It is an apolitical college. Even the students association is apolitical. So from those sides, KPC is good. But one thing is the fee structure. If you are able to afford the fee structure, then KPC won't be a bad decision. And then talking about most of the things got covered here. So most of the things more or less got covered. And another thing is that the mass bunk thing, since KPC is a private college, it is quite strict regarding its attendance and those stuffs. So it's not easy to mass bunk over here or bunk classes, which is comparatively easier in government colleges. You'll see in any branch, engineering, be it law, in any branch, the government colleges are a little bit chilled with their attendance and stuff like that. So that's a bit strict over here. So that will be a little, it's not a problem, but yeah, the thing is that. And then that covers most of the thing. If you have any further doubts, you can leave a comment below or contact me on my social media handles. This is my social media handle over there. Instagram is RIHANALI_MONDAL, and same for Facebook. And all the best for your counseling, all the best for your results. Hope all of you guys do good, become wonderful doctors, and that's about it. So take care. Bye bye.